Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
And welcome to the second version of Cathy Nutt Show. I'm so glad that you're joining us. We're back again to give you some more information, and this is going to be a really fun show with Tanya and Brandy, and we're just looking forward so much to giving you a lot of information today. And this is a hilarious one. I call it online dating. L-Y-I-N-G, yes.
Online dating.
Online dating.
We're going to tell you how that works.
And not just online dating, but just dating in general after you have been with someone, the same person, for nearly 40 years or 30 years, and how weird it is and how uncomfortable it is. But today I want you to make sure that you follow me on Facebook. It's Cathy with a C. Nutt, N-U-T-T, 2 T's, and on Instagram, I am at Cathy Nutt 2020. My email is cathy_nutt@att.net. We'd love your questions, your follow-up, any comments that you have, and I promise we will bring them to the air for you. Thanks so much for watching today, and we're going to start right out with our online dating. And I honestly have not done very much of it, and I really have been out with 2 people that I met online, and Tanya forced me to do it.
Out with 3.
Well, whatever.
I know.
None of them matter. But Tanya came to visit me a few months ago, and she put it on my phone herself. And so, anyway, I'm going to tell you just a quick little story, and then I'm going to get to their stories because we all have some funny stories. I met this one guy, and he was so nice.
How'd you meet him, though?
On Bumble.
Okay.
But I like Bumble.
Bumble's
If you're
good.
going to do it, because they have to wait on the girl to contact them.
I don't even know what that is, but I'll go
Well, they have to wait on the girl to contact them. That's what Tanya put on my phone.
Bumble's good. Bumble is a women-based website.
Yes, Serena Williams is one of the owners, and I love that. She said, I want women to be in control. Well, first of all, have you seen the men in my age group? No, you have not.
I have.
Because I said the other day, the women take way better care of themselves than the men do. But that's not the deal. That's not what I'm here to talk about. But because I want you to know, chivalry is not dead. And it is not dead.
I mean, I'd walk into doors if they weren't open for me. I don't even know.
You would. You would.
I'm going to tell you right now.
She's a queen.
If you guys think that we girls are going to put up with no manners, not opening the door, no, you're wrong. And I hope all of you young listeners, my little precious cameraman, are paying attention too, because we're here to teach all of y'all some good lessons about dating. I'm going to give you my little short story, and then we're going to go to theirs because they're all funny. But okay, so first of all, the first date that I had, one of the first ones, my friends fixed me up with him. And so, and he was nice enough, but I got there and he like hair all over his ears. Well, I'm a hairstylist. And they said, you can fix that. And I said, wait a minute, I don't really want to fix anything with anybody. And I said, y'all had to notice that.
I did not know about the hairy ear guy.
No, you do.
Wow.
It was unbelievable. It was like a little teddy bear or something like that. But anyway, and plus his personal life was horrible. So this is my online dating. So the first guy went out. He had been out with my girlfriend before. That was weird. And so we had
in the town of Memphis, what are the chances?
What are the chances?
Only to Cathy.
He had been out with her, and so, but that wasn't the worst thing. The worst thing was, he looked exactly like my ex-husband, and he was even the same height. And so I go, this is not going to work. You might be amazing, but I just, to have a twin come in, that's just, how did that happen? So then here's my last and final story. So I met this guy. Unbelievable profile, right? That's why I call it online dating. It was great. His profile was wonderful. We met. He drove actually to see me from Memphis. And first of all, I said, I don't really go out with anyone that I have not heard your voice yet. And because
Rule number 1.
rule number 1,
Do
chivalry.
not go out with anyone if you have not talked to them
On the
phone
First.
Okay.
If they don't want to call you, you know what that means? They want to text. If they want to text, then they want to sext. There you go.
And they probably don't exist either.
Yeah, they might even be like fake. So I said, you know, I never go out with anyone I hear their voice. And so he really did have some good style, and he sent me pictures, which that's a whole nother story we talk about. And in one of the pictures I said, I really like your shoes. And he said, I can really tell a lot about a woman and her shoes. And I said, guess what? I can tell a lot about a man about his shoes when I see his shoes. And so I thought, we got some stuff in common. Well, so he comes to, he starts texting me, and he's only texting me, and I said, I need to hear your voice. So he calls me, oh my gosh, horrible voice. Boring, dead, no energy.
And you said,
what did I say?
you said, are we still gonna go out?
Oh yeah, no. So I go, so he hangs up, we only talk about 10 minutes. He hangs up, and what does he do? He texts me back immediately. Well, is the date still on? And I said, after you heard my voice, and I said, well, the shoes saved it. You know, I'm sarcastic, I already told you that.
He had sent her a picture of his.
Yeah, I said I liked your shoes.
Yeah.
So he texts me back and says,
Big mistake.
big mistake.
Well, do not do this.
He says, am I gonna have to wear those shoes to bed? And I went,
Out. He's out. He's out.
oh, it was like, and I thought, you know what?
He really went there.
I know,
Went there.
he did. So then,
This is before they even met.
Yeah.
I had not met him. So I thought, okay, I guess I'll go on and met him, but he has no prayer.
But what did I tell you?
What'd you say?
I said, just maybe he's.
Oh, she did. She
I
did.
said, go ahead and go out with him. Maybe he thinks that's what you want to hear.
She said, guys do that stuff.
Yeah.
And I said, you know, I just don't play that. I don't play that. I'm not like that. I'm a prude, okay? And so I said, okay. She said, well, Cathy, give him a chance, because, you know, I'm known to not give anybody any chances. I said, okay. So I did meet him. I met him in person. He was as boring as his voice was. Could care less about his shoes.
The text you sent me said, yeah, he was pretty boring and blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah. That's right. Okay, so there's my story, and that's the end, the beginning and the end of my online dating, because I'm not going to do it. Okay, let's hear yours. Tanya.
Ooh. I've had some interesting online dating. I've done Plenty of Fish. I've done Match. I've done Bumble. Yeah, that's pretty much what I've done. I've gone out with guys on all of them. But before we even go there, I am going out with a guy now that I met on Bumble, and he is fabulous. Fabulous. He actually said yesterday, sometimes the grass is greener.
Because that's what everyone tells you when you're getting a divorce. You know, the grass is not greener.
Yeah, sometimes it is. Anyway, met him on Bumble.
But he was also the last one. She had been through all the toads, and she said, I'm done. I'm not doing this. And this one guy,
And I
she
told
said,
him.
she
He
goes,
already knows.
she goes, there's one more.
I knew it wasn't going to work. I'm like, I'll go out
She
with
said,
him.
I'm
Last
real
time-
excited about it, but
Last
I'm-
time going out with him.
She said, I'm real excited about it, but I know he's not going to be any good. And she said, I'm done with it. So then he has happened to be the one. How about you, Brandy?
Well, I did not do any online dating. I actually, you know, for me, when I first got out on my own, I was in maybe the right place at the wrong time, if you will. I was in a much younger crowd, and I really wasn't about dating at the time. I was more about just like, I was on the opposite end of the spectrum. I was just trying to see what I could reel in. So I was in a college town doing, you know, hanging out with college kids and their parents, and that
How
was
did that reeling in go for you?
well, the reeling in, anyway. We try to keep that. This, what do you said? It's the PG show.
It's for mature audiences only.
But you know, I was sowing my oats. I was doing what I thought I was supposed to do. I was being Brandy again. I was letting myself be uninhibited. I was being safe. I was, using good judgment, what I thought. And then I was like, well, maybe that's not exactly the right way to go about it. I actually hired a professional dating service. I paid a lot of money.
You did, I remember that.
For that.
I was pretty fascinated by that.
I was too.
Tell them a little bit about how
I had a little bit of confidence in that too.
Somebody looks at that.
Right.
Just kind of tell them your experience with it.
Well,
a lot of money.
I spent a lot. I don't even want to talk about the number, but you see this ad in all of the magazines on the airlines that every flight you take, this ad is in one of their ads, in one of their magazines. And so when I first joined, it was, there were no pictures involved. You just talked on the phone. This is the profile of the person, this, that, and the other. And the first 5 or 6 introductions that I went on, I was like, oh, hell no. Ain't none of this gonna work. No, no, no. And then I met one that was interesting. There was one that was very interesting.
Very interesting.
He was very interesting.
Very interesting.
And, hindsight's 20/20, right?
Yeah.
Cathy Nutt.
Cathy Nutt 2020.
We went through this guy with her.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah, they did. It was fun. He was a cowboy. He was very country. It was fun while it lasted. It was a good ride, if you will. But at the end of the day, there was so much.
It's wrong. It was
That
wrong.
was wrong with it. And I'm
So
telling
much.
you, I was so done. I was done. Everybody would say, oh, you'll meet somebody in the produce section or at the grocery store or at the bar or at this place. I didn't meet people there. I didn't
either.
want to meet people there.
I didn't meet people there.
So then I go to work for a company, took a new assignment, and I was like, I'm done with dating. I'm done
She
with
was
it.
done.
I'm done. I could care less. I'm not never dating again. Somebody said, hey, do you want to go do this, that, or the other? And I was like, yeah. So I'm talking to Tanya. Like, hey, I'm going to go do this thing. She's like, oh, yeah? Okay, well, have fun. Tell me how it goes.
Well, you said you weren't going to date. It was
It wasn't-
strictly going to be a friends
it
thing,
wasn't
and
a
I'm
date.
like, okay.
It wasn't a date.
I hope
it was a brunch.
That's what we were hoping.
That's
Well, no, I mean, not that we were hoping, but that I believed you.
it turned into something else.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. Anyway,
Well, Tanya waited a long time to date. When she first got a divorce, she wasn't ready, and I admire that. She waited a long time, maybe 3.5 or so, 4 years, something like that, until she was ready. And I suggest everybody does that.
I do too. Highly recommend that.
Brandy mentioned the other day she had gone from one relationship to the other and didn't like being alone. And there's different ways that you approach it, but here's what's going to be fun today. This is for all these guys and the girls. Do's and don'ts. I always said, we got to laughing about the guys and their online dating, and I said, have they thought about what these pictures they're taking? And she said,
Okay, let me tell you about it. I'm going to throw this out there. You tell me if you agree. So many guys with fish. They have a fish.
they caught a fish.
They're holding the fish. So I thought about it for a while, and I'm like, what is up with the fish? Or the motorcycle. They're on a motorcycle. Those are the top. Well, there is one more. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But guys don't take selfies. So the only time they actually have a picture of themselves by themselves is when they catch a big fish. And their friend says, let me take a picture of you with your fish. So when they go through their phones, that's the only picture they have. Oh, and then on their motorcycle, because usually they're riding with somebody, so they'll go, dude, let me get a picture of you on your bike. But
or that bad
number
bathroom stuff.
one.
Oh my gosh.
Number one.
They're in the bathroom.
I try to take things out. I analyze things. If you know me very well, I analyze everything. I'm like, why are all these other pictures in a bathroom? Like a convenience store. There's stalls behind them. There's urinals behind them. Let me tell you why. Men do not have full-length mirrors at their house. All women have full-length mirrors. It's the first time they actually have a full-length mirror, and they're like, oh, I'll take a picture of my full self in the bathroom, here at the bar, the grocery store, the convenience store, so you can get a fully, and there's the toilet. There's just...
Well, my favorite one is how I don't know where they're holding the phone, but they're like this. It's down here. And you can see straight up their nose. I go, oh my gosh, I can count your nostril hairs.
Which is another
Stop
problem.
it. Oh, and I want to say this too.
Or their lap, right here.
I say, where are they taking the picture? But here's my point. A guy, there's something wrong with a guy that takes selfies over and over. Don't do
Well,
it.
I'm
It's
just saying,
extremely unattractive.
if you have a brother, an uncle, a dad, anybody that wants to do online dating, help them. Help them.
A
with their
daughter.
picture.
A daughter's
Do
a
not
big
wear
help.
a t-shirt that the collar stretched out. And shave. Shave. Comb your hair. I mean,
If the collar's stretched out, it means you can't do laundry.
And then don't cross your legs in the picture. Like, if you're
No,
going to take a picture
no.
of yourself.
I'm
You know
just
where I'm
saying,
going with that
we
story.
need to help. I would like you to start helping guys. I would like you to come to me and let me help you.
This
take
is a
your
whole nother
online
show.
Dating
A whole nother
selfies.
show.
Because if there's a stall in the bathroom, you're out.
Out.
You're a swipe left.
So now we're going back to chivalry's not dead. Do you know what it means? It means you talk to your person, you try to get to know them, and guess what, guys? You got to listen. You want to listen. We don't want to go. I've sat a lot of tables and heard all about your life and all about your stuff and all about your job and all about your. I want you to say, I want to know about you. Tell me about yourself. Tell me about your kids. Tell me. No one hardly ever asks you those things. And so, chivalry, you're opening the door for your girl. You're picking her up. You're not saying, Uber and meet me. Okay, I'll see you.
Well, that's after
No.
you've met them a couple times, because you don't just.
Well, we
pick
do
up
meet
the
it. We
first
do
time.
meet in the beginning very quickly. Like I give my guys, I say I got an appointment at 45 minutes. So you got like 45 minutes, dude. You know, and
I was known
After-
for saying, I will meet you for a capital A
single,
drink.
single.
A drink. If it works out, I will cancel my later
Mm-hmm.
engagement, which I really didn't have.
Yeah, it's
But
a
if
lie.
it doesn't work out, I gotta go to my thing.
But I really feel sorry for the younger generation a lot because their relationships are built upon texting and social media, and therefore they don't really have the social skills to date. And listen, if there's someone that you really have your heart for, you can sweep them off their feet like that, and we can help you do that because
Yes.
we know how. And it's not doing it like your
But we're
buddies
not-
are.
We're not really here to help the younger generation because
No.
they are okay
They're
with the
doing
texting.
what they're doing and they like it.
We're
so
here
that's
to
good.
help someone that's our age, that's trying to date, and it is so different than it was when we were younger.
So I'm
To
saying,
get through that.
don't do online dating.
Yeah, and just be yourself through
It's
it.
lying.
No. No.
I don't like it.
I met the greatest guy in the whole world with online dating. And one of my really good friends they're talking getting married. That was online dating. So I'm not, and she's
There's a
the
lot
one
of
that got me signed up.
Something we did, or I did, for one of your profiles is sometimes you can take your girlfriend's profile and add some, like, because everybody wants to know, well, what else do you do in your spare time? Like, what are the things that you won't say about yourself? So I put some things on one of your profiles about the kind of person you were and the kind of, support that you provide to your family and the kind of friend that you were. And I don't even think you knew that, but then a couple dates into it, some of you were like, did you
Actually,
hijack?
it went on a couple of months because you said, let's see how long we can keep this a secret till someone said, your friend Brandy really likes you.
Well, I know what last year, first of all, I was scheduled to fly to Las Vegas tomorrow morning. I'm so sad it's canceled, but last year I was in Vegas at this time. And I was in the sports book and met all these, which I told you, I've said this before. You got one blonde, one redhead, and one brunette. And the blonde, we put her in the middle, and she's like the man magnet. And so we stay out on the outskirts, and we go, we just like follow the lead with her because she's the man magnet. But I'm there, and I meet this adorable guy, I think. And he's going, you're the coolest girl I've ever met. That's because I knew about basketball. And he was all into it because it was March Madness. And he goes, you and I, we are going to get a chapel and we're getting married tonight. And I go, Okay, so anyway, it was kind of funny, but this is how it was.
I did not know about the chapel.
See, you don't know all my stories. I got a lot of stories.
Oh my
You were
gosh!
at the
Wow.
table.
So I said, he's kind of cool. He's from New York, and we did talk a lot about basketball. Men are impressed if you know anything about sports. So leaves her out. Anyway, it does at least you.
Excuse me. I had 3 boys that played every sport. I know about sports. I'm just not. If my boys aren't playing, I'm not really into it.
She's not privy.
But don't like completely shun me out of sports because I could probably outdo you on football.
Not at all.
She knows more about basketball, but I know a little about
Okay,
football.
I'm going to wrap this up. So I go, this is just a funny story because this is how oblivious I was. I, talked to him and stuff, and I told my girlfriend in Vegas, I said, I met a really cool guy. He's from New York, and, he was flying back today, and she goes, did you Google him and research him? I go, no, but I'm going to do that. I looked him up on Facebook. In 5 seconds, I see he's living with someone. They have a dog. I go, oh my gosh.
They have a dog.
How can I? If you have a dog with someone or you're living together, I'm thinking, how can I be so dumb? How can I? So, anything you want to add before we go, Brandy?
Don't judge a book by its cover. Sometimes you just don't even really know what you're reading until you get to the last chapter. And I'm just going to leave that there.
That's so nice.
You got to. I'm going to say. Nope. I say you got to get out there.
Yep.
You can't sit at home. No one's going to knock on your door and say, "I would like to go out with you." If you don't get out there, you will not have a date. And whether it's online or actually meeting someone, you have to open your heart.
Well, I'm hoping someone comes and knocks on my door. It's been so fun to be with y'all today. I've had such a great time at Albernay's, my favorite place. The bougie girls. We love it, don't we? We're bougie. I'm not ashamed of it, are you?
No.
I like it. I like being bougie. Join us again. There's going to be, cheers and cheers. There's going to be a lot more of us to come. I think you're going to find it interesting. I hope you do. Email me with your questions, CATHY_NUTT@ATT.net. I also have a radio show every Wednesday afternoon. It's at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Every Wednesday, you can find a lot of information. It's on artistfirst.com. It's the Cathy Nutt Show, and I'm bringing you all this information. It's a big variety, and I honestly had a lot of fun things. I even had my ex-husband, which, by the way, he would give me a really good reference, I think. I had him lined up as a guest for my show because yes, I did, for March Madness. But guess what? There's no March Madness. Anyway, it's kind of sad, but we're going to deal with it, and we're just going to, if you're like my boys, they're sitting at home and watching the 2016 playoffs and the 2018, but
And our Coco earrings.
Whatever the case, and don't forget about Coco's earrings because they're super cool. And she is online at what?
CocosEarrings.com.
So you can find out just about anything you want to about me and them. You can follow us on social media. She is Tanya Hood. She was married. Tanya Zonhood.
Just send your questions
Brandy
there.
Kibble.
We'll answer them.
Please give us questions. We've been through it all. We can tell you how to deal with it.
And we'll fix it for you before you get in the fine mess.
Cheers.
Thank y'all.
Mid Life
Cheers.
Priceless.
Mid Life Priceless. Cheers.